Is That Kosher is a really great episode of Arthur. This is the first segment in the first episode of the 12th season, and this takes place around Yom Kippur, the Jewish holiday. I had heard of Yom Kippur, but I wasn't that familiar about it, so I feel like I've had a little bit more of an education. I still have some gaps in my knowledge, but certainly as an introduction to the holiday, I think it does a pretty good job. And the main focus is on Francine fasting. Now, according to the episode, I'm taking this as fact, you're not required to fast until you're 13 years old, but Francine, being very competitive, declares that she can manage to fast for, I think it's a 25 hours, I think sundown to sundown, if I remember rightly. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And she's determined to do it to prove that she can. But as luck would have it, Arthur wins a pizza party, which is a little bit random, but he wins a pizza party that happens to fall during this time period. And Francine is very tested with whether or not she's going to be able to fast. I won't say whether she succeeds or not, but there are definitely some great speeches that people are giving her while she's struggling with it, that it's okay to fail. And people are saying, you don't have to do this if you don't want to do it. You're not even 13 yet. You can give up. It's not a failure. It's a difficult thing to do. Catherine admits at one point that during her first fast, she wasn't very good at it either. So I think there's a lot of support from Francine's family. Really, the only person who's being hard on Francine is herself. So it's a very educational episode, and obviously for children who are also going through this, I hope it doesn't encourage young children to fast for Yom Kippur, because if I'm right that you are only required to do so once you're 13 or over, I think that it's not really a good thing for children's health to be doing it if they're younger. So hopefully it doesn't encourage young children to do this, but it could give them an insight into what expectations might be as they get older. And also, if they are watching this at any age, it shows that it is difficult. And if they find it difficult, they're not alone with that. So I thought that was a nice message to give as well. I really enjoyed it. I found it very interesting. I found Francine's outlook to be very believable and very realistic. And I loved Bubba, her grandmother, who was voiced by the brilliant Joan Rivers. And I just think the character is fabulous. And I hope that we get to see more of her. Is That Kosher is definitely a really good episode of Arthur.